afternoon then?
Yeah, we spoke to the players in the week about getting back to doing the basics really well and the tactical understanding of the performance, the way that we work, the two strikers. And I thought they showed that. I thought the players put on a good performance in that vein. And we still know that we can add with the quality. But it's not easy down here. You're not going to have the ball as much as what you'd hope. You have to work hard when they've got the ball. And I thought we did that. And the mentality was the biggest thing for me. Since an awkward moment, we've had some real challenges at the moment. We've had players missing, we've had players with a couple of days training, we've had players coming back from injury who are really, there's 2 or 3 out there today probably wouldn't be if we had a normal set of circumstances. So, the mentality was really firm today, and that's going to be important going forward.
Yeah, you look a lot more like yourselves, didn't you? Certainly defensively.
Yeah, we've not been far away, but, you go through that run of games, which we've spoken of, and you've covered them, and we're a goal shy of having more points, a goal shy of that feel-good factor of wins. But you don't get them, and then have a couple of iffy performances where we're off a little bit at Leeds and stuff like that. Then we've had a break, then we've had COVID. And we really spoke about doing the basics well, building on that. And I thought they did today, not only the physical side of the game, which is difficult for a few of them because, as I said, they haven't had hardly any training, but also the tactical side. I thought we did that very well today.
Yeah, so a lot of good individual performances. You mentioned Eric had COVID. He's performed remarkably well in the circumstances.
Yeah, he looked like he was struggling early a little bit. Obviously they've not been the sort of physical pressure of the game for a while, and then he came through it and did very well. And Jay Rod's had tonsillitis this week. He's only had a couple of days, a day's training really. Vince is still suffering with his hernia, so we might have to have that done. We'll get that looked at again. There's a number of people who are still patching sort of together and trying to get them out there and trying to get them working. So, as I said, with all the sort of situations around the performance today, and getting planned for a performance, it's been very, very difficult. I've only had a group that we could work with really in the last 2 days. So we just didn't have the bodies. So, but look, lots of teams are going through a similar situation. We're probably just slightly more at stretch because we don't carry the same numbers as most teams.
Yeah, what was the thinking with Connor coming in for Louds?
Well, just we've got to excuse me. We've got to look at what we're doing as well. As a staff, we've got to look at change. We've got to look at what can activate a change. What can maybe give you something different. And Connor was just one of them. We've got to start using. We've got to start looking at it. We want that demand from the group. Bardo's right in the hat, but he'd only trained for a day this week. So he'd had to have an injection in his lower back. That's worked. It's another player who you miss sort of 6-7 days. You have 1 day's training. It's not the perfect scenario. And Connor's done well today, to be fair to him, because he's only had 60 minutes of a under-23 game in weeks, so he's done very well, and he's a very fit lad, we know that.
And do you think you'll get Vince in for an operation in this fortnight, or is that just that case of battling on?
Yeah, well, we'll get get some reaction from him and how he's feeling. He worked very hard today. And these are funny things, they can disrupt you and they settle and you can get by. How long do you get by for? So with this international break, there might be a decision in the next few days. We'll have to wait on that. Obviously, we'll see if that happens, and then see if what happens with Maxwell and in the cup over there, and see if they stay in or they come out. So that's the way it's been at the minute. One gets fit and then one goes down, or one gets COVID, and it's been a testing time without doubt.
Presume you're off to Dubai now.
Say that again, sorry.
Presume you're off to Dubai now.
No, certainly not. I'm not going off to Dubai now. I wish I was. Dubai's when you're about 10th. When you're us, trust me.
Are you going to take the lads away, or is it just giving them some time off?
No, we'll find that balance. Some need a bit of a break for different reasons. Others need training. We're always, like all teams, you're always looking to find the right balance. And mainly the thing is to try and stay well. Use the balance of fitness and rest. And hopefully over the next 2 weeks we start getting numbers back, fitting well and sharp.
And hopefully add a face or 2, maybe.
Sorry?
Hopefully add a face or 2 in the window, potentially.
Oh, well, we'll see. It's always an interesting business that is. So, if we can align the right players and the money's available to align the right player, then we will.
Cheers, Sean.
Late on there, you had 2 attacking counter opportunities for Dwight McNeil. One, he took a shot and goal, and another one where he failed to deliver the cross. Do you feel those opportunities you should have done more out of?
It's easy saying it as a manager, but they're out there doing it. It's not so easy. So finding them technical moments is a difficult skill, particularly in the Premier League. I think Dyche certainly a player's got them. And he hit a stinger early on when he nearly caught their keeper off his line, and I thought he added to the performance when he could with his quality. But there's a number of players here we still want more from. We want more of what they are. We want more freedom in their performances. And often that comes with confidence as well, and we can build from confidence by doing the basics well. And Dwight, amongst a number of players, they did the basics very well, and the team diligence, they worked very hard, to affect the team diligence.
And Sean, you mentioned about the COVID cases and the illness and the players away at the African nations. Has this really been a testing time for your squad, really testing the depth of your squad in terms of the resources that you have had to work with in the last week or two?
Yeah, I think in the past we've had tough periods. We've had a group, but it's just maybe their form's gone a little bit. This time we've got all sorts going on. It's been really, really difficult. It's a player sale, whether it's COVID, whether it's injuries, whether it's finding the format to work from, because obviously our game schedule has been all over the place because of COVID. So it's just been a very, very difficult situation. But like I say, I don't overthink it or overreg it, because there's other teams that have it as well. And it just puts us a bit more at stretch because we don't count the same numbers as a team.
Yeah, and finally for me, Sean, when you're looking ahead now, how vital would it be going forward if you can maybe in the next week or two put back-to-back wins together to give you that sort of momentum, that sort of upward sort of push?
Yeah, well, like I say, it always sounds easy when you're talking about it. We've got to go and perform it, we've got to go and take action. So that's the first thing, on the right mentality, as we did today. Don't take on the next one without thinking too many after that. Next one's the most important. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike? Dyche, hi.
Hey, Mike, how are you going? It's much you, you all right?
Well, good, thanks, mate. When you sold Chris Wood, or when Chris Wood left Burnley, should I say, a lot of people thought, oh, well, that's Burnley done for. But that performance today must give you genuine hope that you'll be able to cope without him, even if you don't get bodies in the remainder of the transfer window.
Yeah, I've never lacked belief in my players, that's for sure, or myself and my staff for that matter. Challenging football in the Premier League is an obvious one. We've had experience of it before, I certainly have. And I'd like to think that we work very diligently with the players as a staff, and they pay us back with their mental approach and their attitude towards the challenge, and I think that was on show today. Yourself, you can't just be at one moment, you've got to have many moments like that. But I think coming down here with the diligence we did and the performance and certainly the energy and the mentality of the group, it's very important, and it's been intact for a long time here. So that is certainly a strong building block or a platform for us to continue working from. And then you've got to have the quality, obviously, we've got to have the details, particularly in the final third, because the defending third's been not far away all season, actually. Defensively, we've been pretty strong. And generally speaking, it's just the attacking moments when we've got to do better with.
Thank you.
Cheers, Mike.
Thanks, mate. Now?
Hi, Sean. Hi. Looking at the league table from the 10th place downwards, Burnley conceded least number of goals. Now, are you quite happy with the defensive side of your team? And, I find it quite strange that Burnley have conceded least number of goals below 10th, and they're at the bottom of the league. How do you sort of balance that out? How do you think you need to improve on that?
Well, we've always been a team amongst many who you have to get the right side of moments in games, and we haven't done that this season. So, no game where we've been beaten, it's been a soft moment for us defensively, and we haven't taken the big moments in attack. And, it's been that kind of season, and there's been a couple of blips where we haven't done well, and that type of thing, that can happen. I don't think we've been far away this season at all, but the facts are the facts. We are bottom of the league. That's the truth of it. So, it's no good keep looking backwards, we've got to keep looking forwards. And today we wanted to get them back to the absolute basics of what we do, and that is being very organised, playing strong, playing fair, being on the front foot with a front foot mentality, and giving physically everything that it takes to win Premier League matches. Now if we can do that and then add, when the belief sort of is a bit freer and the game comes freer, because it just builds confidence, and that's what we're going to need to do, and that's what we'll look to do. It always starts with hard work, and the players work very hard today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Cheers, everyone.
Thanks, crowd.